When I told Loot Goblin he could store a few things in the cellar, I didn't think he'd bring the whole marketplace down here. Huh, what's this? I mean, what's the worst that could... What's happening? Oh no.
Hey guys, welcome to the Loot Goblin Marketplace. Today we're going to go through some community stories, and I have two guests with me today.
I am Jacob Crowe of the Crow's Perch.
And minions, it is I, Critical Kunic.
Glad to finally have you guys on the channel. Is there any shout-outs that you guys want to have before we jump into this video and read some community content?
Do we have any shout-outs?
I mean, Din just launched that new channel. Bring that up.
Ooh, Capybara. Happy Bara.
We do.
Happy Bar.
Yeah, we do have Happy
Happy
Bara. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I actually have a shout-out in my Discord. I think Crow's given a shout-out too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I made an announcement on the Discord channel, so if you want to check out Happy Bara from former D&D enthusiast and alleged furry Den of the Drake.
Oh, no, sorry, Scaly.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little mixed personality now.
Oh, yeah, he's got two of them.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah, a little bit both.
Yeah, no.
He diversifies his portfolio.
Yeah, no, the video is called Capybaras Are the Secret to Success and Happiness, an Animal Deep Dive.
Yeah.
It's not biased or anything.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, he picked himself for the first video. Very
normal, non-narcissistic behavior.
I just want to know, if he leaves Larry for good, what's the man going to do without him? If Den polymorphs into a capybara and never comes back.
I could hire Larry.
Yeah.
I've had a couple guest Larry appearances, you know. I could offer him some union benefits.
Yeah, there's some room on the perch.
Yeah. We'll make some room. Well, we accept orphans here in the perch.
So this first story is going to be called Gilly the Tech Priest. First time playing in a D&D group, trying to take myself seriously and immerse myself in the world, but other players want to commit crimes and be murder hobos. Go into a shopkeep's store to see if he had any wares, entire group here, and a fight breaks out between other party members and the shopkeep. Shopkeep is killed in our ensuing argument by a barbarian. I leave and try to distance myself from the group. The poor little halfling is dead on the ground. His wife and child escape out of the upstairs window and try to run. Wizard sees them running and realizes they will be found out by the guards if they get called. Barbarian is ordered to subdue the wife and child. Yikes.
Oof.
Already a good start, boys. Wizard decides it's best to leave no witnesses, casts Fireball and turns them both into ash.
Jesus.
Party flees before the guards can arrive and notice the halfling store owner headless and dead. Turns out the barbarian was collecting heads in a big pickle jar. They return to me, who is sitting in the tavern trying to drown away the shame. This is why D&D firstcomers need a guiding hand in getting started. What do you guys think of that story?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Well,
it goes
first,
to 100.
Yeah, that escalated quickly.
I'm trying to process this.
You know, Gilly's seen some shit, I think. That goes without saying. I mean, I think we're all DMs here. Have you ever had like a first, like when you were a player, like did you ever experience this in your first campaign?
No.
Not this level of murder hobo has.
Yeah, no, definitely not pickled heads in jars. I'll say that much.
What
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
some
know is
like Negan shit. Wait, no, the governor. That's like some governor shit where he just has the rows of heads like inside like all these jars or like the aquarium thing he had, right?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, what did they do? It's like they wronged me. It's like he gave you a 10% discount. It's like should have been 20.
Yeah.
what I want to know is
okay.
what led to the barbarian killing the barkeep over an argument.
So actually, they had a little bit of a conversation about that. That's the first thing someone asked. Toastman asked, why did a fight break out? And the answer, priceless, and I guess the guy might have had quest info. It didn't seem like he got it out of him, yeah.
Yeah, he might have had quest info, so I chopped his head off.
I mean, as a dungeon master, that seems like an ample opportunity to have the city guards step in. Wondering where they're at, unless this is like they're
the other jars.
I assume.
Yeah.
They're in the other jars.
Oh yeah, they're in the jars. Yeah, they've already.
Yeah, they already dealt with them. They've been dealt with.
Remember, Snake, this is the stealth mission. Leave no survivors. This was a story I was looking forward to reading just because it is like I was like kind of like, half reading it, and then 4 lines in, I'm like, wait, hold up.
That's what you
And
read
it
it and I
just
had to
doesn't
rewrite.
stop.
Yeah, you read it and I had to reread it. I'm like, what the fuck?
We were starting out with the doozy boys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's funny as shit. Oh, I can read this one. Or do you want to?
No, you can.
Thank you. It was my first time playing D&D, and I was playing a druid in a homebrew race. Our DM put us all on a ship and sent us out to sea. On the ship, we were tasked with introductions. This one kid who was playing a ranger was being a jerk to all the party members and harassing them, so much that the wizard had to put him to sleep. That was the last session with that party. Wait, they just put him into Betty by time? What the fuck?
I feel like there should be more to this.
I feel like there should be too. So the writer Kappa, I know it's like one of the newer sessions for them. It's like a first time experience, which you always hate to see, like someone being like rowdy and that guy on like the very first one. I'd love to hear a little bit more about this story.
Oh, definitely. I just love the idea though of this guy being a total asshole, and he's just like, shh, and just like puts him to sleep.
Chloroform.
Yeah, he just hits him with the fucking chloroform. What was that one commercial where it was like
Nap time?
Nap time, yeah. I'm imagining that where like the parent comes in, hits him with the nap time and knocks him out. And the scientist looks at this is chloroform.
Okay, so new player playing wizard wanted to burn the campaign down by the stoat. So I was relatively new to D&D, only about 3 months experience. The DM was the brother of a close friend of mine. It was about a 5-person party, me, a Kinku rogue, my friend, a barbarian dwarf, Ben, a human paladin, the problem player, a dragonborn wizard, and the problem player's girlfriend, a fairy rogue. The problem player was completely new to D&D, as were half the party. He didn't even make his character, he just asked the DM to make one for him and his girlfriend. They were all close friends, so the DM thought nothing of it. The campaign was set in a haunted mansion with traps and puzzles and strange ghosts to interact with. As we all go stumbling through the house, every opportunity the problem player got was spent casting Fireball. I think he thought he was being funny, and at first, it was. The DM would railroad him by saying the house's walls were magic and couldn't be burned. Now, as the game went on, the problem player completely checked out. Him and his girlfriend were just making out for the better part of the night. Every time it was his turn, he just cast Fireball at whatever was the object of interest. Now, after 3 hours of this, the session ended. We all confronted him about it in the end of the night, but he just shrugged it off as, this game is just make-believe anyway. Because of how big of a disaster the session was, the DM stepped down as DM for a while, and I never got a chance to play with that party again.
That is so sad.
That is a sad ending. I do like, though, I know they were saying it was funny at first. I do imagine like the Giga Chad sorcerer shows up.
The Giga Chad sorcerer just fireball.
How did he have so many fireballs to cast? That's what I wanted. Did they give him a necklace of fireball?
Probably just because he wasn't paying attention to his spell slots and he just assumed he could just keep casting fireball.
I mean, spell lists are just make-believe anyways. Spell slots, spell lists.
Fireball! That's all he
Yes, fireball.
It's like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Lightning bolt, fireball. Just back and forth. I want to know a little bit more about this story because I do feel bad because obviously like the DM was like pissed, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that go into the game, they don't take into consideration the feeling of the DM because I think they're used to a video game just existing and they can voice their concerns to friends about a video game if they don't like it. And the developer's not going to get their, heart shattered from that. But
right,
the DM put time into making this campaign and then this person just made a mockery of it. So, I mean, if it were me, and he was a friend, he probably would go down on the friend tier list a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
it's incredibly disrespectful.
I feel like it shouldn't end the campaign entirely, but I feel like it definitely it's I only am going to talk to you about this once, and you should understand why I'm upset.
Yeah, I would even go so far as even retconning, being like, "Hey, dude, come on, man." Like,
That's
come
kind of what
on,
you have
man.
to do, because if they're not going to take it seriously, you kind of hit them with like, it's make believe, I'm God. We're doing this now.
Yeah, hit him back with the it's make believe.
Why are you being so mad, bro? It's just
Or-
math rocks.
They go to the next session and they're mysteriously not there. Why? Because you retconned it and the fireball critically failed, blowing up in his face and turning them into crispy
I thought you were gonna say crispy
You're a
critters.
wild sorcerer now. Fireball's always placed on you, though. Unlucky.
I mean, it explodes if she happens to be near him and they were kind of, smooching the entire night. You could just make that part of the canon as well.
Oh, it's true.
You know, I like those beer and pretzels barbarians though that are just in there to like smash down the doors, swing with the axe. But usually it's not as party kill or as destructive as a fireball sorcerer. So
Yeah.
this definitely is a step worse.
I'm totally fine with you being like the Chad like giga bully to all the bad guys in the group. It's just when you start doing it to all of the players, you know what I mean? Yeah, because otherwise, like the barbarian bashing down doors, that's just a himbo. We love that.
Yeah, no. And you can't have a Giga Chad sorcerer that only casts fireball. It just has to be done better. I mean, we've all seen.
Oh, the
we've
Joe Cat
all
video?
seen stuff like Full Metal. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've all seen the Joe Cat video. All right, this one's called "Not What You Think" by Devorganix. I wrote a lore for my Son of the Antichrist character. It's his suit acquisition because I'm the player killer and a co-DM. Okay, now I'm intrigued. How it starts, I talked to a friend about wanting to play a more serious D&D. He invites me to play this D&D with a player I dislike and 4 others. I'm quick to say no, but reconsider. He asks what I want to play. I say I want to be a player killer with a friend. He says that would be hilarious, but unbalanced. I say let me start out at level 10 with this equipment and make it seem like I'm part of the party, but as soon as we're out of the dungeon we spawn in, teleport me away as I turn to them, and am about to fire since your character somewhat recognizes me. For context, I'm a Goliath in what is essentially power armor that sits me comfortably at a standing 12 feet in height. We got Warhammer, boys.
I'm basically a Sigmarine. Your average,
Oh no.
your average Sigmarine.
I have access to a select few of firearms such as a 10d4 minigun, 10d10, 150mm arm cannon, 48 shotgun, 1d10 railgun. That's kind of weak,
Yeah,
actually.
why is the railgun weaker than the minigun?
2d12 sniper, drone deployment device, 5 total with 10 health, and deal H crossbow damage once per their turn. 1d20 per rocket that hits but requires an action to acquire a target. I mean, at least that's balanced, right?
You know, that's not that bad.
Shoulder rocket launcher pods.
It requires a whole
Yeah.
action, and then they're probably gonna gang up on him and stun lock him.
Yeah, 2d20 giant magazine fed bullpup rocket launcher.
He's just John Halo.
And my 2d12 fists. Okay, at least, he's a monk too, he does a little fist damage. I can only hold up to 3 weapons, and the most powerful count is 2, such as the rocket launcher, 150mm cannon, shoulder rockets, and drones. So this man got a loadout that he has to pick every TPK he goes for. Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to attack the party until 4 to 5 sessions from now, but I won't be a complete fight. However, they all nearly died during the first boss encounter after when I helped them through their very first encounter. It was hilarious, and I thought all my progress was down the drain, but they pulled through and we were able to seat sail towards another island, archipelago type map. Anywho, I wrote lore from the recollection of a single survivor that was in fact a robot and had seen everything from a further distance. It's not the best 11:37 p.m. lore, but it was fun to write. If you want to read it, just ask her DM.
Why didn't he include it?
I wish he
Oh my
included it.
god.
Dude, this loadout though, he had this full script, and then he's like, yeah, I can only have 1.5 of them.
I gotta say, the fact that they barely survived, and thanks to his help, will just make the betrayal that much more beautiful in 3 or 4 sessions.
So I'm wondering, do they notice the weapons he's bringing? He's got futuristic
what the
space
fuck
marine
is
weapons.
going on with this character? This is the.
Oh, he said it is D&D. I thought it was fucking.
This
No,
is
it's
or something.
D&D, and it's a more serious.
What does he
D&D.
mean by more serious D&D? How am I supposed to take this edgelord Goliath seriously? What the fuck?
I think serious as in grimdark.
Is he the fucking
Yeah, he's-
Terminator?
He's grimdark, dude. He came back in the past. He's ready to fuck some guys up, but then they almost wiped themselves. He's like, all right, I feel bad.
This is the stupidest story ever.
I like how at first I read it and like you almost think he's gonna be like a problem player, but like it just I feel like everyone just had a good time anyway.
Yeah, it's like it's almost as if despite him, they had like a fun time, and even he had a fun time. It seems.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where it's like if the TPK was gonna happen, it would have been so troll they would have thought it was funny anyways.
Yeah, that is insane. Holy shit, though, his character is such an edgelord. Son of the Antichrist, serious D&D. Here's my arm cannon and my fucking railgun that does less damage than my shotgun for some reason.
Don't forget he's got
literally-
drones. He's basically a country.
He's an entire country.
Dude, I love it.
He's the
I want to
powers
know
of
if the
Obama
4-5 sessions.
on speed dial.
What's the DM gonna give them so he can fight them in 4-5 sessions? It's like the other part, like the rest of the party's like even more stacked than he is somehow.
Maybe they're
Yeah,
all like level 20
I'm
or
wondering
something.
this.
Unto
If this is his loadout, did the other players, like, if they were getting their asses kicked with his help, did that mean everybody was like this?
They're just casually fighting like the pantheon of
They're just
D&D.
fighting the gods, the gods of the inner sea, all equipped with missile launchers and shit.
Yeah, I love in the anime where like the villain's waiting for his betrayal, but like he could have betrayed so many times before. This is this guy saying here, it's like I just have to like nudge this guy. It's his final death save, but no, the betrayal must come later.
You have to wait for the opportune moment.
It's not time yet.
I can't. I will say though, I think the idea of a player betraying the party can totally work in certain situations.
Oh, 100%.
I was actually planning it where I had already planned it out, and Din had already agreed to it. He was going to be the betrayer for a Halloween Dice Goblins in the very first Dice Goblins year. I had a Halloween event I was going to run, and then like everyone started backing down last minute, so we couldn't do it. But the idea behind it was going to be like a Saw-esque thing where everyone's just like kidnapped villagers. They don't really have proper classes, and it's just like a bunch of puzzles that they got to solve. And one of the people that were captured, one of the people that were seemingly a part of the torture, would have actually been the one behind it the whole time.
I love that, especially for a one shot.
Yeah, they would have had reasoning, and I was working with Din on that. But then, like I said, like half the party couldn't make it, so I was like, oh, and it would be after Halloween, so it wouldn't have fit. So I ultimately dropped it. But like, I totally think in one shots in particular, when everyone's just sort of expecting to have a typical one shot, to every so often throw in the person that's actually going to betray them actually on the villain side, or is the BBEG themselves. It's a good twist.
Yeah, especially for horror.
I do like the idea of this story. I just got caught up in the loadout, man.
Yeah, no, that was
Like
ridiculous.
he went in on it. I wish he was. I don't think he's in the Discord anymore.
I want to know what they consider to be like a non-serious D&D game, if this is what they've got in a serious one.
Yeah, if he wasn't the son of the Antichrist and also in power armor and yeah, the loadout, this could have been interesting. It's just, it seems like this player has a bunch of other problems.
It definitely was a good start. It doesn't look like it ever paid off, sadly. Like it had the potential. It had the meme potential.
Oh, definitely has meme potential. I think like Kunic was saying, if it was more like a horror game or a one shot, I think that could have actually been a cool idea. But also, yeah, I can't take this character seriously.
Well, that's new. Good thing I was recording. Looks like that video orb's gone for good. I should go tell Loot I touched his things. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Loot Goblin's out taking care of a few things right now, but don't worry, he'll be back soon. These stories were all pulled from his Discord server, so if you want to share some of your own stories, go check it out with the link in the description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share as it helps the channel out a ton. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.